Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Marvel's The Eternals now has a full trailer for us to look at to figure out what the hell is going on in this movie that looks nothing like a Marvel movie, and maybe that's a good thing. So I'm gonna watch and react to this, then give you my first thoughts, and I'm gonna break down who everyone is and where the hell they've been all this time. They better have a good reason to sit out of Infinity War, I'm just saying. And after I give my first thoughts, I will have my full in-depth frame-by-frame breakdown of this probably sometime tomorrow. So let's give this a watch, and here we go. I like this song. Dum.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Okay, now we're getting the good stuff. Cool. Oh.
We have watched, unguided. We have helped them progress.
Sometimes.
And seen them accomplish wonders.
And that half of it all dust away.
Throughout the years,
Oh, good, a room full of shit.
we have never interfered. Until now.
Ooh. Ah. Oh. There they are.
Thank you for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
So now that Captain Rogers and Iron Man are both gone, who do you think's gonna lead the Avengers?
I could lead them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, Ikaris, you're gonna lead the Avengers after not interfering with the Mad Titan Thanos dusting half of them away, and the other time he came back? Or, you know, when Ultron traumatized everyone? Or when Loki invaded Earth with a Chitauri army? Or when Goo attacked Missouri? That was a big one. Not enough people talk about that. That Dairy Queen is donezo. Now, in fairness to the Eternals, a lot of those attacks were real sudden. Also, they may have been helping out in those battles in ways we didn't see. The way that we saw the Ancient One in the Battle of New York during Endgame just fighting on a different front. Maybe the camera just wasn't pointed at them yet. I also like the theory that maybe in the past sometimes Sprite wiped all their memories. So in the modern era, maybe they haven't realized that they're these powerful beings with the ability to help out in these battles. But already you see I am making some excuses for these guys. So just to give a sense of who everyone is, the Eternals are kind of these ageless godlike beings who have existed on Earth for thousands of years, just kind of hanging out in the background, helping out in various little ways, like helping mankind progress with basic agricultural technology. They were created by the Celestials, who are the true gods of the Marvel Universe, giant, massive, armored beings that we saw in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but we have not yet seen in this trailer. I assume they're going to save those for the second trailer, maybe? Interesting to note that Thanos is part of that same lineage. He is a Celestial, but has a deviant gene, making him considered a deviant. The deviants are another race of beings who are eternally at war with the Eternals. But before I continue, you've probably heard us talk about Helix mattresses, right? How great they are, how they're selected to fit your specific sleep needs, yada, yada, yada. Well, our friends at Helix have started making sofas. They've launched a new company called Allform, and they're making awesome furniture. Allform lets you customize a sofa using premium materials at a fraction of the cost of traditional stores. You pick a fabric, the color, the leg, sofa size, and then shape to fit you and your home. They've got everything from armchairs to 8-seat sectionals, which are great for having a bunch of people over for a movie night, or for sitting really far away from one other person who doesn't share your taste in Netflix shows. Actually, New Rockstars editor John John has an armchair and an ottoman from Allform, and he loves them. He customized it in brown leather, so now he is lounging in style, and that could be you.
That's a nice chair.
Allform sofas are delivered directly to your home with fast, free shipping. They'll get you your custom furniture in just 3 to 7 days, and you can assemble it yourself in a few minutes, no tools needed. You get 100 days to decide if you want to keep it, and if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you a full refund. They even offer a forever warranty. Literally, forever. So to find your perfect sofa, check out allform.com/newrockstars, and Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our audience at allform.com/newrockstars. So in this group, you have Gemma Chan playing Sersi. She's really the lead of this film, and she's been kind of in love with Ikaris, Richard Madden's character, who's kind of the leader of the Eternals, though it looks like there's going to be a love triangle as she starts to fall for Dane Whitman, aka the Black Knight, who wields the Ebony Blade. He is a human, which is interesting to see Robb Stark and Jon Snow in kind of a love triangle there. There is that fun line from Game of Thrones where he said,
Next time I see you, you'll be all in black.
and those characters never met again. So now he is seeing Jon Snow as the Black Knight, which is fun. Kumail Nanjiani is playing Kingo, who is keeping a low profile as a major Bollywood star. Lia McHugh is playing Sprite, who appears as a 12-year-old girl, but is capable of creating these illusions in people's minds. Bryan Tyree Henry is playing Phastos. He is a brilliant engineer who helps humans with technology. He's going to be the first superhero depicted as gay in an MCU film. Lauren Ridloff is playing Makkari. She is a deaf actress playing the first deaf superhero, and she can move at super speeds, which you get a little taste of as she's like flipping through that book real fast. Salma Hayek is playing Ajak, who's kind of the spiritual leader of the Eternals with special healing powers, and she has a direct link with the Celestials. Don Lee is playing Gilgamesh, who's the strongest of the Eternals. Angelina Jolie is playing Thena, who's the military leader of the Eternals. And then our possible villain of this story is Keoghan. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that in the past or if I'm mispronouncing it now. He's playing Druig, who's kind of a detached Eternal for the rest of the group. He can use his cosmic energy to control the minds of others. And as I pointed out in our teaser breakdown like a month ago, he really does appear to have set up this kind of cult in the woods where he is controlling these people because he believes humanity is benefiting too much from eternal interference with technology, medical technology, that kind of thing. Maybe he set up this kind of a woodland sanctuary where technology and human advancements don't affect their lifestyle. So this interesting song choice of Skeeter Davis's The End of the World here. It's a classic breakup song, but also has this exaggeration to it, how when you go through a breakup, it feels like everything is apocalyptic, that another day won't begin after this. It was just a nice reflection of this plot. It's a romantic plot between Sersi and Dane Whitman and Ikaris, but also comes from this point of view of someone who says, don't these Eternals know it's the end of the world? Why haven't they come to help us? This interesting conversation at the end, I guess this is the Eternal shawarma meal here, where Sprite says now that Iron Man and Captain Rogers are gone, right? So again, we're getting a tease that Steve Rogers isn't hiding somewhere in this universe, even though we got those jokes in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier that he was on the moon. But I guess it is still possible that he could be on some secret moon base set up by Nick Fury. Also in Marvel Comics, the group on the moon is supposed to be the Inhumans, who are derived from the Eternals. I don't think that's where Captain Rogers is, though. Yeah, confirmed that we are seeing the Ishtar Gate of Babylon, the ancient city there. Now pieces of it are in museums, but it was originally in modern day Iraq. So this plot is going to be jumping around at different points in history where you see the Eternals who either choose to get involved or stay out of certain conflicts to help whatever society evolve. And based off of the relics in Makkari's room here, that's going to include some pieces of medieval history in Europe, ancient Egyptian history. There's a shot of Sprite with some kind of armor plate on her chest with symbols that I'm going to try to translate in the breakdown, so stay tuned for that. Behind her, the landscape is covered in lava, which might come from this big volcano eruption. Now, we did see the volcano of Mount Vesuvius erupt and destroy Pompeii in the Loki trailer. We know Loki's going to be revisiting that. This does not look like the same volcano. Though, to be fair, the footage of that volcano in Loki, they actually took some photography from Mount St. Helens eruption. We don't really know what Vesuvius looked like when it exploded because we weren't there. They didn't have cameras back then. But this could just be another example of Sprite unable to save a group of people, some civilization that got destroyed by this volcano. And this is just an example of some natural disaster that sometimes it's an act of God that takes people out. But now what we used to consider to be acts of God are acts of these gods in action, which is an interesting conversation to have for sure. Yeah, I'm really glad they included this scene at the end of the trailer with the discussion of how they look at the Avengers. Is the absence of the Avengers now what caused them finally to decide to intervene? I don't think so. I think there's going to be some bigger crisis because like the Avengers weren't around before 2008. The Avengers broke up after Civil War. Yeah, some bigger crisis, whether that is a new big bad arriving in the MCU. I theorize that maybe after someone like Thanos arrived to Earth and psychologically scarred everyone on that planet, they might start looking into who this guy was and realize that he was an Eternal with a deviant gene. Start asking a lot of questions about ancient genetic history and Earth's actual history with all these cosmic forces, creating a debate between people with normal DNA and people who might have an interesting type of anomaly in their DNA, something we might eventually call the mutant gene or the X gene, which all ties into that celestial history. Now, do I think Wolverine's going to show up in this movie? No, I don't think so. But I do think it might start giving us a language of how people with different types of genetic history exist in the MCU. And a couple years from now, Marvel may say, hey, that's how we ended up with mutants in this universe. Anyway, that's all I got for right now, but I want to go back through this frame by frame to find every other Easter egg hidden in here. But let me know your thoughts on this trailer in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to New Rockstars for breakdowns of everything you'd love. Follow me at EA Voss. Check out one of our great merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye.